Hey, my name's James Nicholson. I hope you are well. Now, this channel is all about my property investing journey, and we're currently on a journey where I'm growing my property portfolio at the moment, but we're also building a portfolio for my two daughters. We've got Georgia, who's 21. We've just completed our first transaction in Doncaster, finished, refurbished, and already rented out, which is fantastic. We're buying one more at the moment in Surrey, and my baby Amelie, who's 1. We're building a portfolio for both of my kids, and you can join us on the journey and find the good, the bad and the ugly. Very easy to do that. Just take that finger of power, press that subscribe button over there. Just do it quickly now. It'll take you 2 seconds to go on, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, and you'll get notified of all the new content. Now, as you can see, I'm not in the office. I'm actually on the way to France. That is France there. There is the beach. Yeah, we're heading there for a week away with Katie, my partner, Georgia, Amelie, her boyfriend, and most of Katie's family. So we're going to have a really great time in Carcassonne, and I'm going to be making some videos out on the road, so do follow along if you want to see where I am and stuff like that. Now, I wanted to make this video now because I just got notified on my iPhone from Yahoo Finance some figures from Halifax, and I was absolutely shocked by what I saw. House prices, according to Halifax, are now at an average of £294,000, and this month, which is crazy considering last month it cooled and we were expecting a crash, this month they're saying has gone up by 1.8% in a month, which is the biggest increase since 2007, which is insane. So they're saying in this report, you can find it on Yahoo Finance, that they're not expecting a property crash at all, which I have said in multiple videos. I don't think the market's going to crash, but I do think it's going to cool off, which is why I was massively surprised by this new data that came out today, that we've got an increase. I mean, that's great for me. I've got multiple transactions going through at the moment with agreed prices, so I'm happy with that. And obviously I've got my existing portfolio as well, and the one with my daughter, so I'm pretty happy with that as an investor. Now, the big concern is affordability, and so going up 1.8% in a month means that affordability is harder for a lot of people. So even with these interest rate rises that we've seen, I think maybe this just might be the tail end of people buying something before the rates are going to be considerably more expensive, either by the end of this year or definitely in 2023. I'd love to know, what do you think about that though? Do you think that that could be the case? And no one really knows for sure, do we? But I just think that some people might be just getting a deal done because they were planning to move in the next 2 years, and they think, right, let's bring this forward because I can get an affordable rate now. And I've done other videos on that on the channel, like sometimes it's better to buy at a higher price with a lower rate because your monthly payments and your cash flow will be better. So yeah, really, really interesting times. So what do I think is going to happen moving forward? I still think the market's going to cool down. I just think that it's unsustainable. The prices can't keep going up at this rate. It is just not possible. And I believe that when we start seeing these interest rates getting up higher to where they were prior than the pandemic, that I just think that you will start seeing a bigger slowdown then, and maybe a marginal correction. I don't think we're going to get like a 15% correction, but if we do, then that is okay too, because one thing that's important to understand with property investing is if the market goes down and you don't need to sell, then you're not realizing that loss, and the market will always rebound and it will go back past higher up than where you were. So it only really matters if you're looking to sell a property. Now, lots of different investment strategies that we go through on this channel, and we're doing all different ones ourselves, but the people that I think should be really mindful of these interest rate rises and these house price rises that have happened this month are people that are doing flips. I just think that a flip is that little bit more risky now, because if the market does drop 10%, say you're doing a 300 grand project and you were expecting to make 30-40 grand on it, and it does drop 10%, and now the rates are going to be higher, you might not get off a bridging loan, you might not get onto a mortgage. There's lots of risky stuff involved in flipping houses, I think, for now. But I don't think that people that are buying to refurbish a property and they're looking to hold on to that property, I don't think those people need to have too much of a concern, because I think that is a good strategy still. You're getting a very good rate today still, and even for the next few months with the next interest rate rises, it's still going to be rock bottom rates that you're getting historically, and so I think that's a very, very good thing for lots of people. Now, will the prices on average be 300 grand by the end of the year? Possibly. So I think we'll have a little bit more, maybe 1 or 2% increase, but then it will start to cool down, and hopefully it will be a flat market, which will allow people to really still keep their investment solid. Now, one thing as well that's quite interesting is that inflation is probably helping with these house rises at the moment. So inflation is officially at 10%, and so that means that money that people are borrowing is worth less. The buying power of that money is significantly less. So if you've got a mortgage for 100 grand and we have 10% inflation, that 100 grand real world buying power at the end of the year is only going to be 90 grand. And so those people that have got debt, inflation is actually very good for you. Not so good for people, obviously, on the day-to-day living, which your tenants and those sorts of people will struggle, of course. I've got lots of friends that are finding the cost of living crisis difficult with rising petrol costs and fuel at home and food and stuff like that. And maybe they haven't had a pay rise with inflation, so they're really starting to feel that. But those people that have debt, you guys are actually getting your debt eroded by inflation, and that is a very good thing. And so my goal moving forward, whatever the market does, I will continue to invest. And so what I say to people is that when you make money in property is when you actually buy that property. It's not at any other time really. So you should be looking to buy below market value. So for example, my last project I bought at an auction. Now I'm starting to look at auctions again because I want to start getting some more properties to do some renovations once I'm back from holiday, because we only have one more deal that's going through at the moment. So we've got one deal we've just finished, we've got a second deal that we're doing with Georgia that you'll see all the videos and you'll totally understand why I can't tell you about that property until I complete. Normally I wouldn't care, but this deal's got something very special about it. So you'll see that deal, but apart from that, we haven't got many more deals going on at the moment. So we're now in the market, just got our money back from Doncaster, and now we're looking at other deals, and so I probably will be buying something in July at an auction, but I'm not desperate, right? So I'm not just going to buy something just because I need to be working on something. Like, patience is important as well, and I think that's a good trait as well. So market is continuing to rise, crazy stuff. I just thought I'd let you guys know that. Do check all the videos as they come along onto this channel. So I'm gonna keep making videos as I travel. So basically right now I'm driving to, well, on the ferry, but I'm going to just about to disembark in Dunkirk. Then I'll be driving to Calais to supercharge, and then I will be driving down to Carcassonne in the south of France. So I'll be making some videos along the way while I'm charging and stuff like that. So do subscribe and do learn some stuff. Also join our Facebook community. There's a lot of people in there now. It's 500 people. There's a link in the description to the group, and comment below any questions that you've got. I've been making videos related to your comments and questions now, so if you come up with a good question, comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Do give it a quick like as well. That'll take you 2 seconds. Come on, press that like button.